Hey, what's up? It's Yesi Ortiz, and you want to talk about everything love and hip-hop, Hollywood, you know, the who's who, the what's what, the oh my god, and all that drama? Well, every Tuesdays, you'll find the full recap right here on power106.com. Plus, you'll never know what special guest I might have. So today's guest, Miss Teairra Mari, is here. I'm excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
You know, like this whole season has been crazy.
Yeah.
And
Honey.
you've been in the midst of a lot of drama.
Yes.
How are you feeling, by the way?
I'm feeling relieved, for one, that it's over.
Yeah.
And I can actually sit back and look at the episodes and get a kick out of it now.
Yeah.
That we're done filming.
Right. I know, because this is something new. Even though you did the other Love and Hip Hop New York, it wasn't really so much focused on you and the relationship happening.
Oh, it was so easy in New York.
Yeah. This one was a little bit more you.
Yeah.
I mean, the few scenes that I was in with other cast, with Morgan and the whole Ray J thing, like, I felt that energy.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it was like. So, you're a trooper.
Yes. You know what? I have to commend myself, because I didn't think that I would make it through. At certain points, I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. This is strenuous. It's a lot. I'm putting my ass on the line.
Yeah, it's like angry, it's sad, it's hold back your emotions because you about to.
Yeah,
you know,
it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. So yeah, like Teairra said, the show, we are done filming. So reunion is, you know, we got the season finale coming up, the reunion coming up, and that's a whole other story. But let's talk about last night's episode before we get into what's going on with Teairra and Hazel and Ray and Princess and all that other stuff. Last night, what Soulja Boy, we kicked off the show with Nia and Soulja Boy.
I had a miscarriage, and you weren't responding to me. You took 2 seconds, and whatever kind of Skype conversation that was.
But you know, that wasn't my fault, though.
Do you think it was a little insensitive of him to,
when I first,
the way he handled it?
Yeah, when I first saw it, I definitely thought that it was insensitive. But then I thought about it, you know, like maybe that was his way of dealing with it, because he didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he had never been through that. I don't know his, you know, personal life, but I didn't want to be so hard on him.
Yeah.
But I mean, looking at it, it was insensitive.
Yeah.
I hope they get that together.
Me too, because they seem like they genuinely
Love each other.
But then there's all these other distractions happening in his world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shout outs to Nia and
I agree with her.
Soulja.
He should have took, 5 minutes for her.
Right, at least a phone
in their
call.
situation, yeah.
Absolutely.
But, he's growing. He's a young guy. you
Yeah,
know?
we forget he's young.
He's young. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We forget about that. So let's move on to, we also saw that Hazel was coming in with a peace offering.
And that's why I say I will, apologize for how I did things and how, I left the situation without giving notice.
From the beginning of the show, you were trying to be a friend and tell her, look, Berg isn't good for you. This is not good. He's not good for you.
Yeah, and it wasn't even to say Berg wasn't a good person. I just didn't feel like he liked her as much as she liked him, and it was just me being hard as a friend and me going through my own stuff and like not wanting to see my friend go through it, too. And I felt like, the situation wasn't as intense as me and Ray. So I felt like, you get out while you can,
Right,
before you really get all the way sucked up in.
Right. But I think she was already like sucked up in that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you look back at it now and you're like, I should, because like we said earlier, you're looking back now at the episodes and you're like, okay, now I have time to kind of see what's.
Yeah.
Do you look back and be like, I could have probably handled that situation a little different with
Absolutely. Hazel. I look back and I'm like, wow, I'm like, I give tough love. It's crazy. It could come off very harsh. And, she just seemed so sensitive at the time. And I do look back and I say, maybe I could have addressed it differently.
Yeah.
But we were also really into it after she moved out. And I really was I had this shell up and I was just like, I'm not cracking it down for you again.
Right.
But,
and you can look at it as what you said, tough love.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's like, you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired of telling you this. I'm just going to have to give you a little tough love and walk away.
Yeah. And I feel bad because we all are dumb sometimes for love. And
I know, girl.
So I'm just like, you know, I could have handled it differently.
Yeah. She got upset because you went to the studio with Berg.
Right.
You know, and do you regret that, or do you still was like business is business?
No, I don't regret going into the studio with Berg. And that's one thing that I felt like she should have understood.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, let's be honest. We're shooting a TV show here. Berg is one of the characters on the TV show.
Right.
And the producers put us together to go into the studio to work, and that's just what it was. And I felt like she should have understood that because she was shooting the same TV show.
Right. So she knows how the producers work. Yeah. It can get a little sticky.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think that people were getting the lines blurred a little bit between real life and, you know, us doing this.
People on the show were getting yeah. I can agree with that because there was times where, you know, like when Ray, you've known Ray for so many years, and when he came up here to the station, like blowing up a storm, I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Is this for TV Ray J, or is this really Ray J?
Yeah.
So that confused me.
Yes, it had me baffled. I'm like, what the heck? Is he serious? I didn't know. I'm trying to, because I have been knowing him, and I was just trying to look at him like, is he for real?
Right.
And it seemed like he was for real.
Yeah. And it you know, you've known him probably the longest out of every, well, you and Morgan have probably known him the longest. You guys had a really loving relationship, and then now he's in this relationship with Princess.
Yeah.
And last night we saw him speak to her in a tone that was really like aggressive.
You and me, we gonna move on. Change your number, cause I don't want Morgan having your number.
Maybe it's just time for me and you to just separate.
When I was in a relationship with Ray, he was never like that with me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what aura I can give off to like let a person know, like pump your brakes.
Yeah, I feel like you don't fuck with Teairra Mari. That's just bottom line. But she walks in the room and like, I'm here, don't fuck with me, but let's talk.
Yeah, let's be respectful towards one another. And if you don't take it there with me, I won't take it there with you. And he's never like done that to me until we broke up this last time. And again, I'm like, is this for the TV show or what? Because you've never handled me like this.
Right.
So I didn't know. Hey, if she deals with that, then that's her.
Yeah. He apologized to you on last week's episode.
Yes.
He apologized the way he came at you. Do you feel like that was genuine?
That apology at that time, no, I did not. I felt like he was just doing it to save face. You know, the show had already been airing, so he saw how much of a jackass he looked like, and I felt like he just wanted to save face.
Right.
I didn't feel like that apology then and there was genuine. I felt like he felt bad, of course, because he saw himself.
But it was almost forced.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, I have to do this.
Right, I have to do this. I really don't want to, but I have to do this.
Yeah.
Well, we also have the reunion coming up, and we've already filmed the reunion, and we've seen some things happening. So, without saying too much, what is, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your relationship like with Ray? Ray being 10 being, we're great, we're awesome. 1, not so great. Or,
I would have to say maybe like a 5.
Like a 5? Okay.
Yeah.
That leaves room.
Yeah, because we're cordial with each other. I could talk to him. I could text him. And, you know, we communicate a little bit. But it's nothing like, oh, we're amazing. Or we talk every day. It's just, I mean, with the history that we have, I think that we should at least be able to be at a 5.
Obviously, you love Ray J, but are you in love still?
No. I'm so over that. And with doing this TV show, like, I didn't even know he was good. When I signed up, I didn't know he was doing it. Yeah. So it just kind of threw me for a loop when I stepped onto the scene, and he's right there, and I'm like, oh, I got to deal with this.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm saying? So all those old emotions came back up, and it was just like, oh my God. But no, I'm not in love. And then I was just, when we first started filming, I was just starting to get over the situation. Yeah. So now I'm fine. Like, I'm over it. He's with somebody else. I date other people, and that's just what it is.
Are you dating now?
I'm dating, yes, currently dating, yes.
Okay. Is he in the entertainment industry?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. So, but Teairra is single. So,
Yes,
and
single.
and finally, let's talk about the relationship with you and Morgan. How's that happening? You guys are good?
Yeah, we're good. We left off on a good note. You know, there were some things at the reunion that you'll see. We left off on a cordial note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A cordial note. I like that. I feel like, you know, you've been misunderstood this entire season.
Yeah.
You know.
And I felt like the people like Morgan and Ray and even Hazel, who have been knowing me for so long, I felt like they would get it a little more. But instead, they made me feel like they were kind of attacking me and, you know, pulling out every flaw or calling out every flaw. And I'm just like, I'm not going there with y'all. You know, like, I know you just as well as you know me.
Right.
Now, let's not go there. You know, so.
People forget, man, it's hard to bring out these type of emotions with their friends involved.
Yeah, it is. That's what I was saying, like, the difference between New York and LA. Like, you know, I had Emily in New York, and it was all based around her issues and her problems. Yeah. And now I'm like in my own backyard, and it's just like, oh my God.
It's all about you.
And these people around me. Yeah. And I'm like, dang, like, this
Teairra, you also played Cupid last night.
Oh, yes.
Two beautiful single ladies next to me.
Yes, and one single lady that you should take out again.
Oh, well.
He might get really excited.
No, that might be you.
You could put me on the first date.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Everybody said you could have put me on the first date.
I know. Well, I just felt like they both
Shout out to Moniz, by the way. Moniz, you know, I'm just joking, girl. She's going to come out right now and she's going to stab me in the neck.
Like, really? I just felt that they were both going through like a breakup and heartbreak, and it just seemed like perfect timing. And I was like, you're both good looking people, you're both good hearted people, and I feel like you guys could get along. I mean, Nikki, no matter what you see, she's a Cancer, so she's a really sweet girl, tender, you know what I'm saying, very compassionate, and Fizz the same.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're friends with Masika too, right? So does that get a little...
Masika, she's cool. Me and Nikki are more friends than me and Masika.
Okay,
yeah, but I don't have a problem with Masika. I wasn't dating Molly Mall, so you know, I don't have a problem, and that's not my situation, so I don't really get involved in that.
Right.
But yeah,
that's good. I respect that. So there it is, Miss Teairra Mari. You will watch the final season. I think at the season finale happens next week, then we have the reunion, and then season 2 will start filming, I think, shortly after that. That's the rumors.
That's the rumors.
Rumors. We don't know, but that's what the people in the industry are talking about.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if I'm ready.
Well, will you be ready with some music, maybe?
Yes, some music. I'm in the studio working right now. I'm back working with Rico Love a little bit, and some other up and coming producers. So yes, I'm working on my music. That's the forefront.
Yeah.
This whole season, I was going back and forth with Ray and Hazel and this and that. And next season, if I come back, I have to focus on my music.
On your music.
Yeah.
You and Sincere cool?
Yes, I'm cool with Sincere. Yes.
Okay, so he's cool now.
Yeah, he's
all right.
cool.
All right, there it is. There you have it. Don't forget to watch Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Monday nights on VH1 8/7 Central. Thank you, Teairra.
Thank you. Yes.
Special thanks to Robert Wayne Footwear and Doc Martin.